Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Saturday, Saturn Day, February 22nd, and the energies in the day adds up and reduced to number 6 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. So something about today's energy, just the numerology of today's energy would bring me to good vibes, good social vibes. Good social vibes in the sense that today is one of those days that feel like it would be a good day for like a wedding, a baby shower, a party, a get together, a gathering. So that's the positive side of today. There's something very unifying about it. There's something very nurturing about it, something community oriented about it, something family oriented about it. Saturn is the ruler of the day, and you know, you would say Saturn. To me, Saturn would bring me to the structured part of the day, or I think of like, say, when it comes to like a wedding and the whole business aspect of it, or religious aspect of it, or it being something that is passed along, because Saturn deals with time, something we do over time. Time is a factor. But Saturn energy with Pisces, Saturn and Pisces, and with Saturn energy in Pisces, it just brings me to, when it comes to today's energy, even though Saturn deals with time, with it in Pisces, it supports being clear about time, where before we would get lost in time, get lost when it comes to certain things. So that's the positive aspect of today. The challenging aspect of today is where we could find ourselves overly emotional, and from being overly emotional, we're not seeing something for what it is. I think of being overly sentimental, overly emotional, overly sentimental. Like today could remind me of a day where it's like you're with friends or you're with family or whatever, and everything feels so good, or there's an emotional feeling in the air. And because of that, like you jump and you said yes to something where tomorrow, not even tomorrow, within the next few days, you might have wished you didn't. Or you went and said something because you got lost in the moment. Like I think of the vibe of like, say you're hanging with a group of people that you call friends, and you know that you guys aren't really friends like that. But today it could be one of those days where you forget that, even though I don't know why somebody would be hanging with people who aren't their friends like that, but I get it. Sometimes in some cases, maybe for work, or people, certain family situations where people are intertwined, and it just is what it is. But, today's one of those days where you could forget that. I shouldn't tell them that. Like, I shouldn't divulge that kind of information. It's like, there's this overshare aspect about today. And I feel like the oversharing comes from this overwhelming feeling of emotions. And from that, a person overshares, oversays, overdoes, overgives. There's some over, and big emotional aspect has a lot to do with it. Also, too, when it comes to today's energy, it's so easy for some of us to find ourselves being way too critical about ourselves in relations to others. It's like today's one of those days where it's like you look amazing, you look beautiful, but for whatever reason you feel like just nitpicking at little things that aren't important. But I don't know, something about today's energy, like I don't know why I'm imagining like blue and white, like a baby shower type vibe, like someone's going to a baby shower or something to that. But you know, when it comes to today's energy, it feels really good celebration wise, but let's see what other energies come out with it. So we have the Nightingale. With the Nightingale energy as a spirit guidance, the Nightingale is, the beak is wide open, and it's speaking their heart. It's saying what's on its mind. And with it as a spirit guidance, it brings me to being clear communication. But like I said, I feel like there's a difference between clear and direct communication and oversharing. There's a difference between clear and direct communication and oversharing. And I feel like when it comes to today's energy, there could be a vibe of oversharing. What is good about today's energy though, like I think of, say someone is at an event and they have to get up and speak from the heart. Today's one of those energies where it's like, if you have to get up and speak about something, you know, as long as whatever it is that you have to say feels like it's something that needs to be said, it could just flow in such a beautiful, effortless way. Some of the challenges though that I see when it comes to today's energy, I think of the day being the 22nd and the master builder number 22, along with the energies in the day adding up to the number 6 vibration, and the month dealing with the number 2. I think of those of us who are people pleasers or who are recovering people pleaser, with Mercury in Pisces and Jupiter in Gemini on the ascendant. I feel like those are the people that need to be careful today, because you could get swept up in this empathic energy and find yourself like, because I think of like, say, being an empathic person, and like as an empathic person, my true nature is wanting to be able to be transparent and open and say exactly how I want and be poetic with my words and all this good stuff. But as I mature, you know, I had to learn that you can't just say what you want to say. It takes time to really get to know people, to know what you can say and what you can't say. And I find that it's rare sometimes where you get to the point where you could just say whatever it is that you want to say. When I say whatever it is that you want to say, I don't mean saying mean things or hurtful things, but it's like, say what it is that you want to say in the sense that, you know, different people are dealing with different things. Different people dealing with different things in the sense that, you know, you have some people where you might say too much and they feel so naked and uncomfortable because they're not good with emotions. And you might want to have that, you know, back and forth, want to share that energy with someone. But, you know, a lot of people aren't open to that. You know, a lot of people don't feel comfortable when it comes to that. You know, there's a lot of factors and different things going on. But over time, I've had to learn the hard way that when it comes to communication, you know, for me, it's only important to assert myself and, you know, assert myself and say what it is that I need to say in the most diplomatic way in situations where it matters, if that makes sense. Let's pause for a bit. I am proud of the services that I offer and excited to tell you about them. If it would be your first time booking with me, then I recommend the natal chart and numerology awareness coaching session. For a while, that was the only service I offered, along with the 30-minute tarot reading, which is still available if you're interested. I noticed the pattern. At the end of the natal chart and numerology coaching sessions, some of you would ask me for a follow-up service options for additional clarity and guidance to assist you with whatever you're going through at the moment. I kept saying, I'll look into it. I don't know why it took me so long. Finally, I have created that option along with the service option to book a solar return chart reading for those of you who are strategic and like to plan ahead. Everything you need to know is within the description box below. Let's get back into the video. And when it comes to today's energy, I don't know, today's energy does feel, it feels really good. I guess the numbers feel so, yeah, it's like that kind of vibe where it's like I said, a wedding, a baby shower, intimate get together and things like that. Of course, for some, insecurities will be a thing, and insecurities in the sense that, you know, big emphasis on titles, status. In one way, it could be that, you know, everybody feels good together because everybody is dressed a certain way, or there's a certain ambiance or a vibe when it comes to family, community, or getting together. And then there could be some where it's like you look amazing, but you don't feel like you look amazing for whatever reason. And we have the 8 of Cups energy in the reversal position. In the upright position, this person's walking away from a cycle. Because the number 8 deals with systems and cycle. It's like an emotional system or cycle. One is walking away from, but in the reversal position, I get the feeling of almost being stuck in it. It's like wanting to walk away from it, but not knowing how to walk away from it. And when I think of the emotional system or cycle that one might be stuck in, is what I mentioned earlier. And as an empath, for me, the worst thing is, you know, when you love someone so deep, when you love someone and you can't trust them with your feelings, you can't trust them with your emotions. Where it's like when you love someone, I feel like when you love someone, you'll never stop loving that person. And when you love someone, but you can't trust them with your feelings, meaning that I think of like, say, being in a situation where, you know, you and this person, it's like every time, it's like the example that I gave in the video that I titled, Don't Trust Them. Don't trust them. Yeah, that video, Don't Trust Them. And in that video, like I talk about like the push and pull, the back and forth when it comes to energy. When we're dealing with certain people who might even seem narcissistic, where it's like when you are invested in the friendship, invested in the connection, invested in the relationship, it's like when you're invested, they'll take advantage and play games with your emotions. But then when you make up your mind to take yourself away, then they're putting effort in, they're putting energy in. And it could really mess with a person's mind because in some cases, say, you know, with someone, this is not someone that you could easily walk away from because maybe you have children together, or maybe this is your father, your mother, or your sibling, whoever, whatever. And, you know, some people be like, I don't give a damn, I'm walking. But in some cases, for some people, you know, for whatever reasons, they might not be able to walk. And they could find themselves in situations where it's like, is this person, you know, did they change? And they seem like they change. And it's like, you want to believe so much that they change. And it's almost like, to me, with the empathy, it's almost like being a child again and being completely vulnerable, bare and naked, only for, you know, them to get you again. And it's like, damn, this, you know, this keeps happening. It's almost like it feels like an insanity cycle where it keeps happening over and over again. And with the Nightingale coming out as a spirit guidance, I just get the importance of, you know, learning where you could be, where you're heard, and learn where you're not heard. Because in some cases we could find ourselves like, you know, it's like trying to explain our feelings to a brick wall, you know, in a situations where you can't be heard. But over time, I've learned to, you know, surrender to the moment and enjoy the moment for what it is and just enjoy this moment. Because with like, say today with Mercury and Pisces energy, with Mercury and Pisces energy, to me, it's tying up with the rest of the energy. It's so easy for us to get lost in the moment and assume that things are going to be forever better when the moment is just the moment. Like in this moment, everybody is together and we're having a good time, and let's just enjoy it for the moment and not start planning the whole future based on this moment. Let's just enjoy things a moment at a time. Because when we, you know, because we're having such a good time in the moment, we overshare, we overdo, and we assume that everything is going to be perfect moving forward. And then tomorrow, you know, you're left with regrets. So instead, challenge yourself to enjoy the moment, surrender to the moment, but at the same time, just the moment. Don't use this moment to conclude the future. And concluding the future, to me, it's like you meet someone and y'all are having a good time in this moment. And in this moment of having a good time, you assume y'all are going to be together forever, only for tomorrow to come and you find out another part of their personality that overweighs the good time that you had the day before. It's like, enjoy this moment for what it is. And just that, enjoy it for what it is, and don't try to make it into anything else. Just get up and enjoy today, get up and enjoy tomorrow, and enjoy the days after, opposed to, you know, coming to a conclusion and saying, this is what it's going to be forever. So yeah, when it comes to today's vibe, big social connecting vibe, especially with Mars in retrograde and Cancer, positively aspecting Mercury and Pisces. If it's a kind of intimate, chilled vibe, like I think of me going to a cousin's baby shower, I think once, that was at her home, and it was very intimate where, you know, within the home there was a lot of plush couches and enough space for everybody to get a space on the couch, or, you know, just a comfy, intimate vibe. And the baby shower was very low key. It was very chill. I don't know why I keep saying baby shower, but it was very low key. It was very chilled, and it was nice and cozy. And I feel like with Mars in retrograde and Cancer, where, you know, we don't want to exert too much energy, and something in the home that feels comfy and cozy would make a lot of sense. And with it positively speaking to Mercury and Saturn in Pisces, you know, a nice, cozy, intimate gathering today feels right. Something that doesn't require a lot of energy, something where there's not a bunch of random strangers, but it's people where you feel safe with, feel comfortable with, people who you know, people who you're familiar with. I feel like when it comes to today's energy, some of us could find ourselves in those kind of, and this is my kind of vibe for real. Like, I like this kind of energy in the sense that the whole Mars retrograde in Cancer, positively speaking to Pisces and Saturn. When I say my kind of vibe, like I just described the baby shower that I really enjoyed. Like, it's intimate, it's personal, and it's intimate. I like personal and intimate energy. And today brings forward a lot of personal and intimate energy. And it could be so personal and intimate that some of us forget that, you know, these people are cool people, but I don't know them like that. You know, or I know them well, and we normally struggle with this, that, and the next. I'm having a good time. Boop. I had too many drinks and I'm oversharing. I'm oversharing. I'm overgiving, I'm over offering, instead of just surrendering in the moment and just be. And that's why I mentioned the recovering people pleasers, because the recovering people pleasers would be the ones today that take on way too much, do way too much, offer way too much, only later to wish they didn't. And for some, in some cases, we offer, we do to compensate for something that we feel like we're lacking, that we feel like we're not enough in. So because we don't feel seen or enough in certain areas, we could overexert ourselves in other areas to compensate for where we don't feel as if we're enough. And that's BS, because you're always enough. You're more than enough. The Creator made no mistakes, you know, creating you. It was a pleasure sharing this message with you. Before you go anywhere, please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a white heart in the comment box below. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.